Hey guys, David here, and today what I want to do is, help you get started or give you some of the building blocks it takes to actually make a profitable campaign, how to match your offer, what to look for, how to start figuring out whether you want to run banner advertisement or cost per click advertisement or PPV advertisement. And if you're wondering what those types of advertisement are, I have a link somewhere around here that you can just click on and watch those videos and figure out what that traffic modality is and how to utilize that. So one of the basic things you want to do is go to alexa.com. Alexa.com is just a site that's free that gives you a bunch of information about websites. They also have some paid type stuff, but I don't really have a paid subscription with them to get their more information. The free information that they have is plenty for what I do and what I try to figure out, and it's more than enough for you too, in most cases. What I did was just type in foxnews.com, and it'll give you a bunch of different types of sites similar to Fox News and Fox News. So it gave me, CNN, it gave me My Fox NY, but really what we want is foxnews.com. So we just click on that, and what that will do is it'll take me to the meat and potatoes pretty much of what it is that we do. It'll give you the traffic ranking for that site out of the bajillion ones on the internet. It'll give you the US traffic ranking, or the ranking of the country that site stems from. So if it's a UK site, Canada site, Australia site, whatever, it's going to give you that site traffic ranking in that country. It'll give you the reputation as far as that goes. Most of the time the reputation doesn't matter unless you're running porn, adult, poker, gambling, those type of offers, or pharmaceutical offers. Reputation really isn't that big of a deal. You probably don't want to run on those type of sites I just listed unless those are your actual offers, and then have at it. So you can see the daily reach, percentage of people's coming, yesterday, 7 days, 1 month, 3 month. You can get into bounce ratings, which means someone comes to a site and leaves immediately. You can get into page views per users, page views percentages, traffic rank, stuff like that. You can really just play around here and see all the information that you can get. You can see the regional traffic. You can see where visitors go on foxnews.com, which is pretty important if you're using PPV traffic or some type of media buying where you can actually specifically target certain types of information, whether it be about dating, whether it be about weight loss, investing, financials, real estate, insurance, that type of stuff. You can find out that information, and then you can target directly those pages using CPV or PPV traffic, or some type of media buying where you're targeting that whole, genre, I guess, of, insurance or adult or whatever it is on that site. So you can get really specific, which is what you want to do. The next thing you can do is go into search analytics, and this is more what I would use it for is PPC, or pay per click when someone clicks on a site. But you can run on ad networks, you can run in search, or you can run in on a bunch of different sites, depending on what kind of PPC you're using or how you want to set that up. But you can see that people are searching these certain things. So maybe you want to search these things or put it in your ad copy and then run through the network and make sure that you're on these sites, and that way it'll be congruent. And I have another video about congruency and ad congruency, and you can click that somewhere around here. But basically, you want, when they click from your ad or your offer to your landing page, squeeze page, or direct link, you want that to be as similar as possible. So if someone wants apples and you're advertising apples and they click on your site or your banner advertisement, your ad, whatever it is, you don't want to show them strawberries or bananas when they get to the other side. You want to show them apples because they want to see apples. Now that shock can make people leave. Again, I talk about that in the other video. Just make sure that that's congruent. Next is audience, which I believe is one of the most important parts of having a profitable campaign and making sure that you're making money with what you're doing. you don't want to advertise on foxnews.com to 18 to 24-year-olds because there's less of them than 65-year-olds, right? There's less of them than 45-year-olds. So basically, the age trend is generally upward, right? So you wouldn't want to advertise a small offer for gaming or something like that necessarily to these people. Now, if it was a golf game, you know, maybe, because the older people will golf, and I have nothing against older people or anything like that. That's just, you know, what it is. Has children, split demographic, doesn't really matter. Gender is so minuscule it doesn't really matter, though females edge out a little bit. Browsing location is pretty important because if you're running ads that have sound, you probably, you know, are not going to have a lot of people listening to them because at school you can't listen to them, and most people view this from school. If it was at home and you were running an ad and it had audio and they clicked on it and the audio auto-played or whatever it is, it's not as big of a deal. But when running at school, when people are searching that site and looking at that site at school or work, these two things definitely do come into play. So a lot of people don't talk about the actual specifics of stuff like that and get down to that minute detail. But that is the difference between having a profitable campaign and losing your shirt in a campaign. And that's just stuff that you need to pay attention to. So I can't emphasize that enough to pay attention to things like browsing location. Pay attention to education, right? When you write your ad copy, are you writing, generally you write ad copy for, you know, elementary school, maybe middle school type ad copy. That's the best ad copy that converts in general. But if you go to a highly educated site where they do use big words or they do use actual language that is more intelligent or, you know, more broad range of, you know, words, and it's not the typical vocabulary, sometimes when you write smarter ads to target those smarter people on those sites, you do better, or it converts a little bit better. That's all with split testing, and you're going to check that out and test that to see if it works. This information is private unless you have the paid thing with them. You can see where the traffic is coming from, most of it from the US, China, Thailand, Australia, United Kingdom, Canada, India. You can see all that stuff. So basically, you can go through all this information and digest it, and really what you need to do is have a system of actually understanding it, and then take all that information and deploy your ads based on the information of the site. It's not rocket science here, but it is some science here. It's a lot more science than it is art. That's how I feel internet marketing is. It's a science, not an art. You don't really have to know you know, how to finesse your way through it. If you nail down 99% of the actual number stuff that you can actually, you know, look at and see, ad copy and all that other stuff plays a second role or a second fiddle to that type of information. It doesn't matter how great your ad copy is. If you write your ad copy for an 18 to 24-year-old on a site like foxnews.com, your ad may convert, but it most likely will not convert, or it won't convert at the level that if you wrote that ad copy for somebody in their 40s and up actually seeing that ad copy. A lot of people have some college, so it is a more educated crowd. It's not ridiculous. You see the grad schools a little bit less, but it's not, you know, elementary type people visiting that site, which isn't bad. I mean, it depends on your offer. All that stuff depends. So basically, you know, this is alexa.com, free site, how to check it out, how to use it, and, you know, go out there and actually start running some ads. Use alexa.com to set up your ads and stuff like that. So I hope this video did help you guys out there trying to figure out how to use Alexa or why use Alexa, or, you know, can this help you? Again, if you're looking for a business to promote, or you're looking for a business opportunity to join, or something to do online to actually start making some money and start utilizing these skills, just go ahead and click the link below and check out what I'm offering. Subscribe, like, comment. If you have, you know, something you want me to make a video about, or you want some information or something, I'm glad to help out. I do this full time, so, you know, it's no sweat off my back to actually make a video and try to help somebody out and get them, you know, in a position where they're making some money or, you know, accomplishing their dream. So I hope that helped out. That's the only video I got for right now, or the only information I got for right now. So we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.